name's George, and today I'd like to discuss the process of making wooden pens on a lathe. And it sounds pretty stupid, and it actually is, but when I was a TA for my wood tech teacher senior year, he wouldn't trust all of the freshman kids with all the glue and the stuff you'd have to make these pens with. So by the end of the year, I think I made like 35 of these pens. So I know the process really well. And what you have to start with, or if you're assuming that you're in a regular wood shop, you're going to start with a lathe. You need a lathe. And a lathe is basically a machine that pins, this is really basically, a machine that pins a piece of wood together on two things. One of the points is spinning, and you use the chisel just to grind it away, and you make a design with this spinning piece of wood. So what you do is you get a pen kit, which has like two little brass tubes and all the innards for the pens. And you glue these brass tubes into a chunk of wood. You just have to drill it and do all this. That's actually the most difficult part, but that's incredibly complicated. I won't get into that. But after you glue these pieces of brass into this wood, you put them on a mandrel, which is basically a long strip of steel. And then you smash this piece of steel into the lathe, and it starts spinning around. And you do your little design, however you want to do it. Most of the time it would just be, regular pen look. And then you finish with some sanding. And it's, you start at a really low grain and then go up to a really high grain of sandpaper. And then you finish with something, we use like turtle wax. It's this kind of, it's like a finishing product. It's heat, something or other. And, but you can use a lot of different stuff. You can use different stains, you can use whatever. And so once you do that, you have to have this huge press thing because it's so hard to get all of the materials together. And you take, there's like a centerpiece that connects the two pieces of wood that you have, and you press them together, and then you put the ink through the tube, and pretty much done. And this doesn't seem incredibly relevant to most people, because I'm assuming that you aren't have access to a wood shop or whatever, but it is relevant because a lot of old people like to do it. So once you turn old, maybe you can start making pens in your garage, because it's really time consuming and painful and annoying. So if you ever get old, look into pen making. Thanks.